Why did the Canada deny the military chiefs a visa? They don't want people like them to come to their country. That is how to express your displeasure over what is going on in another country. Precious.
Sir?
This same Rubadu that is talking now, they can go to hell. Was it not the same person that came out and told the whole world that the arms and ammunition they bought for the military and the police, that the same military and police are selling it to bandits and terrorists?
But Darlington, you know, you say over 3,000 of our arms.
I'm missing.
In fact, as at Buhari tenure, now over 700 and something thousand of our arms been the lost.
So when people hear this, the same military now coming into another country, how do you think they will look at you? I have asked yes now. Because people are watching and listening to what is going on in Nigeria. Rubadu, you are not doing well. They are the one demarketing Nigeria.
So you mean what thing that they do for insecurity, they demarket Nigeria?
Exactly.
So what's the thing what they do exactly?
Good, hold on.
Okay, sir.
Precious.
Sir?
Our young men and women have been fighting in the bush when they try to get these guys who have been killing people, maiming people, sacking villages. This same military hierarchy, they will now say they are rehabilitating them. They will spend money to do them, pamper them, treat them, give them royal.
So that means our army them don't be they catch them.
Good. Then now government will not say they are rehabilitating them. In fact, they'll be wondering why these terrorists and the bandits and whoever have been. Why?
Nigerian Army Ruthless Criminal Organization, former spokesman tells Canadian Asylum Court. A former Nigerian Army spokesman has cast the country's preeminent defense institution as a murderous, corrupt and overly criminal organization before a Canadian asylum court in Ottawa. But said Agbore Hamid maintained he did not take part in the crimes against humanity committed by his former employer, and he was in fact under duress when he issued statements on behalf of the military that suppressed or significantly watered down atrocities perpetrated against the Nigerian civilian population. Mr. Hamd, who sought asylum in the North American country during his hearing at the Refugee Protection Division (RPD, said although he doubted the accuracy of some press releases where his name appeared as the signatory, he had no influence over them. He sought asylum in Canada alongside his spouse and their 3 children because family members allegedly persecuted them for his conversion to Christianity. According to him, the persecution occurred between November 15, 1998 and January 24, 2012. Mr. Hamid, a retired major, said he fled with his family after a fatwa was issued to have him killed in Nigeria. Court documents seen by People's Gazette stated that Mr. Hamd at the hearing asserted that he was working under duress or under authority as a public relations officer and his espoused fear of prosecution should he leave the army. His evidence was corroborated by the documentary evidence concerning the environment of fear, injustice, duress, and the lack of due process in the Nigerian military, the document said. Documentary evidence also showed that the Nigerian army committed crimes against humanity on numerous occasions while Mr. Hamid was in service, but the RPD said his claims of innocence were found truthful. Documentary evidence also showed that the Nigerian army committed crimes against humanity on numerous occasions while Mr. Hamid was in service, but the RPD said his claims of innocence were found truthful. The RPD concluded that even though Mr. Hamid was a spokesperson for the Nigerian army, his duties did not demonstrate a significant contribution to the army's crimes because he was under a superior officer, and he could not leave for fear of persecution. Mr. Hamid could also have been declared a deserter and charged with crimes had he fled after witnessing widespread extrajudicial executions, rights abuses, and corruption in the military, immigration officials said. A spokesman for the Nigerian army did not respond to the Gazette's request seeking comments about Mr. Hamid's disclosures to Canadian authorities. The development marked yet another prong in the Canadian judiciary's decisions about Nigerian former security agents seeking asylum. Previously, the Gazette had reported cases of 2 police officers, Olushola Popula and Charles Ukoniwe, who were denied asylum because of their ties to the Nigeria police force, a body with matching criminal tendencies as the Nigerian military. Canada's Ministry of Citizenship and Immigration had requested a judicial review of the March 6, 2019 decision by the RPD to allow Mr. Hamid to remain in Canada with his family. The minister asserted that Mr. Hamid was complicit in crimes and issued pro-army press statements which minimized the army's transgressions. This, according to the minister, contributed significantly to the impunity enjoyed by the Nigerian army in committing its crimes. Mr. Hamid said the ministry's evidence was not inconsistent with his position or the RPD's finding that he was merely conveying information he received from his principals in the military and that he was not in the field to verify the information. He added, the crimes committed by the Nigerian army were widely reported in the international media, and the content of those articles differed from that provided by the Army's Public Relations Group. In his January 27, 2020, ruling, Richard Bell, a Canadian federal court judge in Ottawa, Ontario, dismissed the minister's application for judicial review. I find the minister's argument that the RPD failed to properly consider whether Mr. Hamd significantly contributed to the crimes against humanity committed by the Nigerian army to have no merit, Mr. Bell said. Once a shining light for the restoration of peace in war-torn African countries, the Nigerian army has seen its glory erode significantly after becoming highly politicized and constantly linked to widespread killings and destruction, as well as near-daily cases of gruesome human rights abuses. Since 1999, the Nigerian army had coordinated the massacre of civilians in Zaki Biam, Odi, Obigbo, Zaria, and amongst others. Last October, in Lekki, Lagos, Nigerian soldiers intervened in a civilian protest with heavy gunfire, killing at least 9 people and wounding dozens in an act condemned across the world. Hardly have any military chiefs ever been brought to justice for taking part in the murder of citizens they had sworn to protect. Stay tuned for more updates, stay safe, and have a blessed weekend.